Have you ever wondered why some guys seem so distant? Not rude, just different. These are often Sigma males, a personality type that doesn't fit neatly into the usual social categories. Unlike the outgoing alpha or the group-oriented beta, Sigma males are independent thinkers who follow their own path. Think of them as the quiet observers who process the world in their own unique way. Psychologists point out that we're naturally drawn to expressive, outgoing people. Our brains are wired to connect through visible emotional cues, smiles, enthusiastic greetings, animated conversations. When someone doesn't provide these signals, we often fill in the blanks with our own assumptions. That's where the cold label comes from. The guy who listens more than he speaks in meetings. The neighbor who gives a nod instead of stopping for a 20-minute chat. The friend who seems perfectly fine doing things alone. When people don't match our expectations for social warmth, we sometimes misread their behavior. The truth is, what looks like coldness on the outside is usually something completely different on the inside. While they might seem distant or detached, there's typically a lot more going on beneath the surface than most people realize. Let's break down 6 reasons why Sigma males might come across as cold, even when that's not what they're feeling at all. Number 1. Limited emotional expression. Have you ever noticed how quickly people judge someone who doesn't show much emotion? We're programmed to expect certain reactions. A big smile when something good happens, visible upset when something bad occurs. When someone doesn't follow this script, our brains immediately start making assumptions. And let's be honest, these assumptions are almost always negative. People think the person who didn't seem excited about their promotion must be ungrateful. They believe someone who didn't look sad at a funeral must not care. Many assume that someone who never gets angry is bottling it up and will eventually explode. This happens because humans are wired to mirror emotions. Studies show that when we see someone smile, our brains actually trigger our own smile muscles. When this mirroring doesn't happen with Sigma males, it creates a disconnection that makes others uncomfortable. Think about how people typically react to good news. They jump up, high-five, maybe even shout. Our culture celebrates big, visible reactions. We've created expectations that genuine care must be accompanied by obvious displays of emotion. But Sigma males process emotions differently. Their feelings run just as deep, sometimes deeper, but they don't automatically display them outwardly. Their joy, sadness, or concern happens internally first. When they do express feelings, it's usually in more subtle, controlled ways. This isn't coldness. It's a different emotional operating system, while others broadcast their feelings through facial expressions and body language. Sigma males tend to express themselves through actions and decisions rather than obvious displays. Perhaps we should question why we value the volume of emotional expression over its depth. After all, the ocean's surface may ripple and crash, but its true power lies in the silent depths below. Number 2. Disinterest in social validation. Most of us care what others think. We post on social media hoping for likes. We dress to impress. We say things to get approval. It's human nature to seek validation from our social groups. This is where Sigma males stand out from the crowd. While everyone else is chasing likes, comments, and approval, these guys are playing an entirely different game. They've developed an internal scoring system that doesn't rely on outside opinions or validation. This independence from social approval often gets mistaken for coldness. In a world where people constantly seek validation, someone who doesn't play this game seems strange, even arrogant. If a Sigma male doesn't care whether his outfit gets compliments or his joke gets laughs, people assume he doesn't care about them. The reality is much different. Sigma males actually care deeply about the things and people that matter to them. They just don't need constant external confirmation that they're on the right track. Their satisfaction comes from within, from knowing they lived according to their values, not from collecting approval. Think about how freeing this mindset can be. While an alpha male might feel pressure to constantly prove his dominance, and a beta male may feel the need to conform and please others, a sigma male can live authentically without seeking validation from others. This doesn't mean that sigma males are antisocial or don't have relationships. In fact, they often have deep connections with a select few individuals who understand their unique perspective. This quality isn't about being better than others. It's just a different approach to life. Chasing validation is an endless game that never truly satisfies. Perhaps the freest people aren't those with the most approval, but those who need it least. Number 3. Self-sufficient nature. Imagine someone who can fix their own car, cook their own meals, solve their own problems, and manage their emotions without constantly reaching out for help. That's the self-sufficient nature of a sigma male, a trait that frequently gets misread as coldness. From an early age, many sigma males learn to rely on themselves. Maybe necessity taught them, or perhaps they discovered the satisfaction of handling things independently. Whatever the source, they developed a remarkable ability to be their own support system. This self-reliance creates an interesting psychological effect. According to Robert Glover, author of No More Mr. Nice Guy, people who demonstrate high self-sufficiency often trigger insecurity in others. We're social creatures programmed to offer and receive help. When someone doesn't seem to need us, it can feel like rejection. Watch how people react when a sigma solves a problem without asking for assistance. There's often a subtle discomfort, even annoyance. Why didn't you ask for help? They wonder, not understanding that his first instinct isn't to reach out, but to look within. This independence extends beyond practical skills to emotional self-regulation. While others might need constant reassurance or support, sigma males have developed internal coping mechanisms. They process disappointments, celebrate victories, and work through challenges largely on their own terms. The irony is that this self-sufficient nature doesn't mean they can't form deep connections. When sigma males do reach out, it's often meaningful precisely because it doesn't come from neediness, but from a real desire for connection. Their self-sufficiency isn't detachment. It's simply a refusal to rely on others when they've already mastered standing strong alone. Number 4. Need for personal space. Personal space isn't just physical, it's mental and emotional too. For sigma males, this space is as essential as water or air. They require regular periods of solitude to recharge, reflect, and process their experiences in a way that most people simply don't understand. This need often creates misunderstandings. When a sigma male steps away from social situations or takes time alone, others frequently misinterpret his actions. They wonder if he's upset, angry, or avoiding them specifically. The truth is much simpler. He's just refilling his mental energy reserves. This is called restorative solitude, time alone that helps reset the brain and process information. Studies show that regular periods of solitude improve creativity, problem solving, and emotional regulation. For sigma males, this isn't a luxury. It's a necessity. The disconnect happens because most people are wired differently. While many find energy in constant connection, sigma males experience too much social interaction as draining rather than energizing. Their brains simply process social stimuli differently, requiring more time to sort through experiences. This creates a challenging paradox. The more socially depleted a sigma feels, the more he needs alone time. But the more alone time he takes, the more others perceive him as distant or cold. It's a cycle that reinforces misunderstandings on both sides. What looks like withdrawal is actually self-preservation. The sigma isn't pulling away because he doesn't care. He's creating space so he can return as his best self, fully present and engaged. Number 5. Straightforward communication. Have you ever been around someone who just says what they mean without all the usual social fluff? No beating around the bush, no sugarcoating, no dropping hints, just clear, direct communication. That's the sigma male's approach to talking, and it often catches people off guard in a world full of social niceties and unspoken rules. Most conversations follow an unwritten script. We start with small talk, carefully hint at what we really want to say, and cushion our actual points with phrases like "I was just wondering if maybe," or "I sort of think that perhaps." Sigma males typically skip this dance entirely. Psychologist Harriet Lerner notes that this direct communication style is often perceived as cold or even rude in cultures that value indirect communication. When a Sigma male says exactly what he thinks without softening it, people sometimes feel blindsided by his honesty. People wonder if he really just said that, not because his words were mean, but because they were unfiltered by the usual social padding. This straightforward approach comes from a place of respect, not coldness. Sigma males value their time and yours. They believe clear communication prevents misunderstandings and wasted energy. Why spend 20 minutes hinting at something that could be expressed in one clear sentence? This directness also reveals a certain trust. When a Sigma speaks plainly to you, he's assuming you can handle the truth without needing it wrapped in comforting language. When so much communication is clouded by hidden agendas and unspoken expectations, there's something refreshingly honest about someone who simply says what they mean. Number 6. Selective social engagement. Have you ever wondered why that guy turns down most invitations but shows up to a few select events? Or why he can talk for hours about something meaningful yet vanish from conversations about gossip or drama? Welcome to the world of selective social engagement, one of the most misunderstood traits of Sigma males. Here's what happens. While most people feel socially obligated to attend every gathering, say yes to every invitation, and participate in all conversations, Sigma males filter their social interactions through a quality over quantity lens. This isn't about being snobbish, it's about being intentional. Susan Cain, author of Quiet, The Power of Introverts, explains this behavior as social energy management. People with Sigma traits often experience social interactions differently. They gain energy from deep, meaningful connections, but find shallow social obligations draining rather than energizing. This selective approach often gets labeled as coldness. The colleague who skips happy hour might be seen as unfriendly. The friend who doesn't respond to every group chat message might seem disinterested. The family member who steps away from holiday chaos for a breather might appear distant. What observers don't see is the careful calculation happening behind the scenes. Every social interaction comes with an energy cost, and Sigma males instinctively preserve their social battery for exchanges that matter. They'd rather have 3 meaningful conversations than 20 superficial ones. When they do engage, they're fully present. They listen deeply, contribute thoughtfully, and connect authentically. Their social interactions might be fewer, but they're far more meaningful. Maybe we've been measuring social warmth all wrong, not by how often someone shows up, but by how fully present they are when they do. If this video spoke to you, subscribe for more on Sigma traits and related topics. Hit the like button and share your thoughts in the comments. Thanks for watching. Stay strong and keep evolving.